Hello, everybody. It's Dave Neal, stand-up comic, host of the Rush Hour podcast, and we have some Bachelor Nation news to get to you right now. It will involve spoilers. That's right. Reality Steve has dropped Who's Going to Win Grant's season of The Bachelor, which premieres just over a week from now. And it's interesting. It's actually one of the people I thought had a good chance from the get-go, just based on vibes and photos, because, you know, it's easier to choose who the Bachelor is going to pick than the Bachelorette. I think the Bachelors are more superficial, and you just see someone once in a while, and you go, I think that's going to be the one. So I'm going to share who it is. Reality Steve, of course. Spoiler King Steve. He just always has the answers. His batting average is higher than anybody by a country mile, and he believes beyond a shadow of a doubt that he has the winner. Now, you might wonder, Dave, you're spoiling it right there with the thumbnail. No, I'm not. I'm not spoiling it. If you look into my Photoshop, I always have a red herring. I always have the wrong person. So I used a nice photo of the beautiful Lace Morris right there, just as a red herring. She's not who it is. Steve's going to tell us right now, but rather say, not show. Let's go to his podcast where he explains it. And by the way, make sure you go check out the source material. We love our pal Steve, our nice friendship, and you're going to want to make sure you're subscribed and listening to his podcast. In this episode, which I'm not going to play the full thing, obviously, he gives an episode-by-episode spoiler of everything that's going to go down. It's insane how much knowledge this man gets. I mean, if he could just put this knowledge to maybe finding out who was on Epstein Island, we might have a whole different show here. Spoil it for us, Steve. Let us know. Here's what he had to say about who wins. And again, last chance. If you don't want to know, if you don't want the season spoiled, go on. Get out of here. I'm about to share it. That's your final shot. Last chance. Steve tells us who wins this season of The Bachelor.
And Juliana Pascarosa is the woman that Grant chose.
There it is.
So Grant possibly did screw up by liking a photo that she was in a picture of, a couple weeks ago? You know, it is what it is. It's not the reason.
So people did believe that maybe she was the winner because he liked her photo. And then others said, no, he can't be that dumb. And it's like, well, hold my tecate. Of course, any man can be that dumb. You see a good photo, you like it. You're like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? I can't be liking that photo. That's my wife's arch enemy, or whatever the case may be. Unlike. And the next thing you know, you're liking. It's like, oh my gosh, you followed them. All right, I joined their OnlyFans. I don't know what happened. You know what I mean? So either way, hey, congrats to Massachusetts, kid. You chose the local sweetheart. Very nice. You fell for a chick with a Boston accent from Waltham, Juliana Pascarosa. She got that Italian, I don't know what, that Boston Italian. You thought the New York Italians had rage? How about Boston Italians? Imagine a little Italian rage with a Red Sox hat on. I'm getting triggered already. Oh boy. Either way, I don't know. Did he propose to her? Or did she say, hey, get down on a knee and marry me already, kid? You know what I mean? She just calls him kid in the fantasy suite. How did you know she was the one? She called me kid and other names I can't say. You know, the New Englanders. All right, so here, hey, there's your finalists. All right, let's finish off with Steve here, see what he had to say.
Reporting that Juliana's the winner. Certainly, it's got to be more than that, because there was a time earlier in this offseason where someone had emailed me and said, Latia's the winner, Steve, because Zach's Katie, follows Latia and she doesn't follow anybody else.
And by the way, knowing Steve, that's no way near enough information for him. He'll take a rumor like that and he'll go, okay. But in order, and again, I don't know his. Maybe one day he'll tell us. You know, that'll be the tell-all when he writes a book. That would be fun, right? If he wrote a book where he gave up every spoiler and how he found them out. He don't have to give up sources' names, but come on, like, is it, a florist? Maybe it could be anybody. It could be a florist, doing the final roses. It's probably, you know who it probably is? It's probably the makeup artist. I don't know if you've ever been on a film set. These makeup artists love to chat. They know everything. You know why they know everything? Because they're doing their makeup in the trailer for everybody, and everyone's so chatty talking to their person, and then the makeup artist is like, we know everything. I'm telling you, we probably got some makeup artists in our audience. Makeup or hair? Hair or makeup? Whoever works in hair or makeup is probably half of Reality Steve spoilers. Steve, blink twice if I'm on to you.
Season. So which is it? Is it, Katie follows Latia, so that means Latia wins? Or is it Juliana's the winner because Grant liked a picture of her?
Well, He now knows it's Juliana. He's not going to tell us why he knows. But here's Juliana. I'm not going to follow her because that kind of gives it away when I only follow whoever wins. But here's Juliana. When your big sis signs you up for The Bachelor and doesn't tell you, here goes nothing. So there it is. Premieres Monday, January 27th. What's that, Lesbo? A week and a half away. Unbelievable. We'll probably have a pre and post show live stream. It'll be a big night for us. We'll definitely be doing our thing. Oh, now she's from Newton, Mass. What do you want? We just found out over here she was from Waltham. What's the Google Maps here? Waltham to Newton. Show me a map. Hold on a second, folks. I need to know. Let's see. Waltham, Mass. I know it's all close. It's Boston, you know what I mean? And then let's go Newton, Mass. You got to get on the pike. You got to go by the Newton outlets or whatever. All right, 13-minute drive. All right, okay, it's close enough. All right, so there it is. Either way, Boston. No, just so you guys know, nobody lives in Boston unless you're like some finance bro who lives like in the South Bay or Back Bay, Southie, wherever the hell you are. Everyone lives west of Boston, or if you're, sadly not doing well north of Boston. I'm kidding. I got family from Woburn. All right, let's move it along. Who cares? So either way, that's where I'm just burning bridges one at a time. So here's the article. Meet the Mass native looking for love on the new season of The Bachelor. And by the way, yeah, I called this when we did the photo reveals. Nose rings are in. I don't get it. I don't hate a nose ring. I just don't get what happens when you sneeze. You know what I mean? God made your nostrils so that you could expel snot. Now you put a hole in them. That's like putting, screen doors on your submarine. What are you doing? Yeah, either way, it looks great. I'm just imagining you sneeze and maybe you shoot one at the side. Maybe not. Maybe she doesn't get allergies. Maybe she could get like, a Mucinex commercial. Hey, reach out to Nick Vial. Doesn't he know the Mucinex guy? Old Nick Mucinex Vial? Okay. Anyway, she's got some tattoos. What does that say? We don't know. These ladies with these tattoos you can't read. Back in my day, you'd get a tramp stamp across the lower back, right? You'd get angel wings on your lats. You'd have a whole thing. Now it's like you got some Sanskrit on your knuckle. What is that? Either way, there she is, a young woman from Mass. She's among the 25 contestants on the next season. She's a client service associate, is a bubbly, outgoing woman who isn't afraid to speak her mind. I told you in New England, these massholes, I'm not afraid to speak my mind. It's like, we call that an asshole, but that's okay. Do whatever you want. So I was just being me. We know, Deborah, tone it down. Some fun facts about Pascarosa. Tell me she worked at Ponderosa. Tell me, does Ponderosa still exist? Whoever had the idea for Ponderosa? They were like, we're going to sell steak and we're going to have an animatronic Christmas tree. She wants to own a dog-friendly bar one day who raised on Frank Sinatra's music and isn't afraid of heights. She also comes from a big Italian family and aspires to find a love like her parents who were high school sweethearts. Oh, sweethearts, see? Whether it's dancing with friends, going out to museums, boring, in sporting events, that's cool, or hanging in and watching a movie, Juliana has a good time wherever she goes. She hopes to meet a man who has a good heart, strong ambition, and loves to hang out with family. And there he is. That's Grant. So, hey, I'm happy for them. Good on them. We'll have to see how this all plays out. Why don't we do this? Why don't we, while we're here, while I've got you guys, why don't we just do a quick Bachelor ABC and we'll see a trailer. Should we do that? Should we watch their latest trailer while I have you? And don't forget, we have the Rush Hour podcast every morning and every afternoon. You can now watch that on YouTube, which means you can get all your Bachelor content and all of your other content. Now, also, we just released this shocking story that Matt James broke up with Rachel Kirkconnell. We don't know who broke up with who. There's now rumors that his account might be hacked. I don't know if that's true. When I'm done making this video, I'm going to go make the Rush Hour podcast. And I promise you, I will address those rumors in the first 5 minutes of that podcast episode. There might be more to the story. So that's just your key to make sure you're subscribed on the YouTube and be ready for that video. I don't know if there's more. So anyway, here is the trailer for Matt James' season. Jeez, I said Matt James. Matt James just broke up with Rachel Kirkconnell. Wow. Here's your trailer for Grant's season. What year is it? Who am I?
And 10% ready to fall in love.
Tall, handsome, smart.
He's perfect.
Time just stood still.
It's kind of already sinking in that these other girls are dating my boyfriend.
Everybody just really wants Grant, and we're all fighting for his love.
You act like you don't care.
He knows how I feel.
I know I'm in trouble.
Everyone's so mean.
I did not know how hard this was going to be.
There it is. And, it's actually a shorter season. It's going to be a shorter season this year. I think it's short by 1 or 2 episodes, 9 episodes. So we'll have to see. Can they stand the test of time? Will you be watching? Leave a comment. Let me know. And again, click right here to watch the morning episode of the Rush Hour podcast. And coming up next in about an hour or two, depending on when you catch this afternoon, will be the afternoon Rush Hour. All of your entertainment news, pop culture news, all the culture you need to know about. UFOs, I got it all, baby. Plus, what the heck went down with Matt James and Rachel Kirkconnell on this afternoon's Rush coming up next.